You mentioned about money. In Dubai, there are loads of communities that says something but do otherwise. As girls lift, girls grows. How do you protect this mission rather than monetization itself?
Because if it was, I probably wouldn't have
Use
done
print
this
shirts.
as a way
Yes.
to make money.
Yes.
Like there are so many other
Yes.
ways to make money, but I'm doing this because I care. I speak for myself and Gemma when it comes to Girls of Girls. We do this because we care about the mission behind it, to normalize strength, sport, movement, bring women together.
The Chinese translation of that means big.
Yeah.
How do you define big?
It's not just about me, it's about everyone
movement.
else's stories. Big means having big dreams, big
Yes.
ambitions. It means having a big voice, like being confident in yourself. And it's so much more than just big muscles now.
Today, we're joined by Sofie Fella, athlete, co-founder of Girls Lift Girls, rugby player, and founder of the Da Collection. Sofie's journey challenges deeply rooted ideas of femininity, strength, and identity, especially within cultures that teach women to shrink, soften, and stay small. Through rugby, community building, and now her brand, the Da Collection, reclaiming the word Da, meaning big in Chinese, Sofie has built platforms that don't just promote strength, but question who gets to define it. This conversation isn't just about fitness, it's about culture, pressure, identity, and what empowerment really means when it's no longer aesthetic or comfortable. Sofie, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're both Asian, and as an Asian woman myself, I resonate with the idea of traditional femininity, where women are expected to be soft, to be gentle, to be delicate. But for you, when did you feel like this is not who I'm truly were?
Yeah, so I think to answer that question, I would go way back to where I come from. So I'm half Chinese, half German. And while I was born in Germany, German passport, I grew up in Shanghai. And 18 years in Shanghai, you're surrounded by bodies that are, well, back then a lot smaller than mine. And I think just, from family, from friends, you feel this pressure to always be smaller, and that small is the only way to be beautiful and feminine. Even when you're walking through the streets, or you see the buses and the ads on all the shops, you can see that the types of bodies that they're using,
like an hourglass Coca-Cola bottle shape.
Well, just overall, very petite as well. I think that's the case in Shanghai. I also lived in Hong Kong for a few years, and that's the same. So I think culturally, especially in Asia, bodies are smaller, so it makes sense that we're using smaller bodies. But I think for those women who are naturally, taller or bigger or a bit stronger in your build, you don't really see that represented enough. And this idea of being strong, especially, being a rugby player, growing up, going to high school, being a rugby player, and then being half Chinese and growing up there, I always felt like being a rugby player isn't beautiful or feminine in China. And so that's one of my missions, is to normalize that for, the next generation of young Chinese girls, is that playing rugby is beautiful and feminine. Playing sport is beautiful and feminine. You can do whatever you want and redefine,
still be pretty.
Redefine what it means to be beautiful and feminine.
Yeah. That's sad, because now that we are in 2020, there's still a stigma that women needs to be in the kitchen, you need to be feminine. In my experience, I have seen people who are in CrossFit industries, for example, and they obviously built a little bigger. They are labeled as unattractive. So I think that's kind of sad. But what role did rugby play that shift on you?
Before I started playing rugby, I was a dancer. I did all types of dance, like contemporary ballet, jazz, everything.
Ballet.
Yeah, ballet.
Oh, that's also
I
a
feel
very
like when you look at
feminine-
my
yeah.
body now, it's like, oh, she doesn't really look like a
But
ballet dancer.
No, can I just comment something? Sophie, your body is amazing. You don't look,
Thank you.
I mean, I think we are still small, considerably.
Yeah,
Small.
it's funny because like when I compare my body to other elite level CrossFitters or rugby players, I actually probably have more of a petite Asian build, like from that Chinese side. But in my mind, for so long, growing up, going from that dance environment, I was much smaller back then. You're constantly told you're too muscular, you're too manly, like you need to be smaller, you need to lose weight, and they would put like a scale in our ballet class, and you're just weighing yourself all the time as like a 12, 13-year-old girl. Imagine what that does for your relationship with your body. Like you're so focused on aesthetics.
Yeah.
So I think when I started playing rugby, to go back to your question, or just sport in general, it really changed my relationship with what my body can do for me. And so even when you say now, like, oh, your body looks amazing, I think
I was just admiring your shoulder over there. I'm like, my shoulder are big.
I mean, for a long time, reassurance from other people about how my body looks, like I would need that. Like I would compliments and stuff. It's like, it feels good, right? But I think even when you say that now, my first response is like, oh, thank you. It helps me play rugby, or like it helps me live and thrive and perform. And I think my journey has been untangling what your body, like thinking about your body as just the way it looks, to all the amazing things that it can do for you every single day. And I think that's what a lot of women need to be reminded of.
Yeah.
So across all of my projects, like we can sit here and talk about any project or business or brand, it comes down to the same theme around we live in a world that's so focused on the way we look already. That's all about aesthetics. Like that's what the brands want us to be, feeling so that they can sell us stuff. But women, especially Asian women, I think you can get in this tunnel of caring just way too much about it and forgetting that the most important things are your health. Like you don't want to sacrifice,
of course,
your health for beauty, your happiness and enjoyment. Like if you love playing rugby or if you love lifting, don't stop doing that just because your body is changing and you may not like the way it's looking. Because if those things really, bring you happiness, like my pep talk to myself is, why would I stop playing rugby when it's given me so many opportunities? Just because my body is changing and getting like bigger or more muscular doesn't mean I should stop playing rugby. So yeah, like rugby has been a huge part in that whole journey with my body.
Thank you for letting us know that. I also have a discussion with Dr. Martin Kramer. He is a sports psychologist, and there are some women, or it's for everyone, it's how you cope up with the thing called body dysmorphia. The more women are being more active when it comes to like rugby, for example, or let's say sport combat, CrossFit, bodybuilding, of course, the muscles are going to get bigger, and it's up to one individual how to stop or like maintain on it. And it is a reassurance for yourself to cope up with such, not minding what other people would say. Going through that, do you felt some sort of insecure? Is it because of your family or your friends?
Insecurity to me isn't a bad word, because I think every human being will have their own insecurities. And I think it's the most important thing is being vulnerable with yourself and other people about those things that you do struggle with. I think these types of conversations amongst women with one another about like your insecurities is really needed. And and that's partly Dog Collection, Girls of Girls, those are conversation starters. And
Yes.
we're having this conversation today
Yes.
because of those projects.
And I'm a member of Girls with Curls since the beginning, by the way.
A very loyal member.
Yes.
I think it's all about promoting this type of vulnerable discussion about insecurity. So I'm very okay when you ask me what am I insecure about today or in general. Like I can talk for 20 minutes about what I'm insecure about.
Yeah.
But I think for me growing up, I was very insecure about my body. Every like mostly my legs, because I have quite big muscular legs.
I think that's Asian.
Yeah.
We have like big thighs. And there's a nickname for Filipinos because we have bigger calves.
Yeah.
An inborn bigger calves than men. So we don't need to work more of our leg day. You know?
Yeah. Big legs or shoulders. I mean, just to touch on the Da collection and where the Da character actually comes from, it was because growing up, I always felt 太大了, too big, 太大. And so my legs were always like, oh, your legs are so 大, 太大了. Or your shoulders are so 厚, like thick, 太大了, too thick. And that made me feel like I needed to shrink and be small and not have such muscular big legs or muscular big arms, or even like my butt. Like you don't want your butt to be too big if you're a ballet dancer. And so I always just thought like I'm taking up too much space, I'm too big. Looking back, I was actually pretty small. Like when you look at
Yes,
my
we're
build,
tiny.
I had a small build. I was smaller than I am now. And I just exactly as you said, body dysmorphia. I don't know how a 16-year-old Sophie could feel so big or too big all the time when actually she wasn't even that big. It was all in my head. Yeah. And I think it's not about changing. There are many people who want to go to the gym, start working out for aesthetic reasons, and that's fine.
That's fine.
I think everyone to their own. But if you mentally are getting in that tunnel of struggle, or you feel like you're constantly, altering your life, altering your eating, all you can think about is
like a pressure.
Yeah, the way your body looks, or you don't want to go and hang out with friends because you don't want to go eat something because it's going to change your body in this way, or you don't want to go to the gym with friends. Like you're taking away amazing memories and life experiences because of something that's consuming you and it's your aesthetics. I think that's when we need to really come together, especially as women, to really help each other and have these types of discussions. Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily mean that insecurity is a bad word, but like, if you will go on another topic where I would say particularly that insecurity is bad, that circle, for example, that's a different topic. Like if you have friends and they are all having like some sort of a diet that they follow, and some other people would that are insecure already by themselves, that they don't have empathy toward that person, I think that's becoming chaotic in that sense. Whilst you're realizing to yourself that, oh, I don't need to be like this tiny, I don't need to be this small, I wanted to do rugby. Is it freeing or is it terrifying at first?
I think when I first started playing rugby, it was confusing, more so than anything, because as I was on the field running, playing rugby, I realized that, oh, wow, my legs that are big and strong are helping me a lot to be fast, or my like arms and shoulders, they're helping me on the field, which is a positive thing. So I was feeling confident on the field. But then the second that I step off of the field and I'm in like a very day-to-day setting, maybe with, for example, if I go to like a party and I'm wearing a strapless dress and I'm with kind of non-rugby players or women who are, average body, not overly muscular, that's when I get really insecure about my muscles, because I just feel like I stick out. Like and this was a couple years ago now. I think now I embrace the fact that I do people come up to me and they're like, oh, what sport do you play? You probably
an athlete.
you go to the gym? Are you a bodybuilder? Are you, I think I've gotten like UFC fighter. Like people guess what sport it is, and I think it's kind of fun.
Impressive.
I know for like my relationship with those compliments has changed a lot.
Yes,
I think
that's great.
Today I take it as a compliment when someone says like, oh, you're so muscular or ripped or whatever. But I think, as I said before, it was very confusing when I first started playing
How
sport
old
rugby.
were you when you started rugby?
When I started rugby, I was 15. Yeah,
Oh my
15,
God.
16. And so around that time of, you know, you're ending high school, going into university, especially in university, you want to be seen as attractive to, you know, to boys. And so I think, like I said, in the gym, on the field, surrounded by my rugby teammates, I was confident. But then off of the field, I felt like I wasn't attractive or beautiful or feminine. And I would beat myself up as well about feeling this way. Like I'd be like, oh, why can't I just focus on rugby and be a performance athlete and take it as a compliment when people tell me that I'm strong and muscular? Why is it there this like girl part of me that feels this way? And it's societal pressures and ideals.
Pressure.
Yeah,
I agree.
and that's so normal for young girls to feel that on one hand, you're training, you're a female athlete, you're meant to be lifting a lot, performing, eating a lot to fuel your body. But then on the other hand, society is telling you, oh, this is beautiful, this is feminine, you don't want to eat this, you want to be smaller. And so it's completely different directions, right?
Not to mention that we have hormones.
That
Fluctuates worse than men. So we also have to look onto that. But
in comparison to men as well, I do think men have their own set of body image problems that they deal with. But when it comes to specifically sport and athletes, for men, the like societal ideal is, I guess, strong, muscular, big, right? And so if you're a male athlete playing a sport or going to the gym, you're probably getting more muscular and big and going in that same direction. Whereas for female athletes, it's extremely difficult because it feels like you're going in completely opposite
and you
directions.
have to look pretty. For example, in rugby, it's very physical. You will get criticized about that, but at the same time you also have to look pretty, to look good. I don't know where this societal pressure came from. Regardless of the culture, women generally were itemized since Stone Age that we're supposed to look this way and act this way. I mean, I'm happy now that there are more women that are talking about that insecurity and issues personally, because we are able to do and be happy to whatever we do.
I'm curious what. Oh, now I'm asking you a question.
No,
Ad hoc question.
Good, but I'm the host here.
I'm curious just because like I've been sharing a lot about my body image journey and growing up in Shanghai playing rugby. Like obviously you're someone who comes to our Girls of Girls workouts a lot.
I would allow one question.
Okay, one question. You're someone who comes to our Girls of Girls workouts a lot, so you're also someone who's active, but like what has your journey looked like? What's something that maybe you were insecure about at one point that you're now more proud of and you celebrate? Because I think that would be really interesting to hear.
Never really gained weight. I do physical activities because of my mental health. We have a family business, which is a subcontractor with a company who does textile. So we have some few sewing machines, small factory. And when my father is going to get these textiles from the warehouses, I always run to him, volunteer, get this textile, huge textiles in sacks, not bags, but like they are sacks, like 15, 20 kilos. So I would either drag them or like try to carry them, because from the very young age, I wanted to be able to do what others can do, like regardless of the gender. And my mom would always come run and said, no, that's a man's job. That's a man's job. And I was like, no, if they can do it and I can do it, we all can do it. I started going to the gym 18 years old. I lift heavy. I would want to compete. That's my story of being physical active. I'm happy joining group communities, working out together, because it makes you tell your story and maybe impact to people and influence people who get insecure. I also have insecurity with my waist area. But because of my hypothyroidism, it is hard for me to work on that area.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you for sharing with me.
Rugby, your favorite sport. I think that is also, you can call it another love of your life.
Yep, it takes up a lot of my time.
It's very physical and confrontational and traditionally masculine. Like when compared to men, if you said rugby, have to be like big. What stereotypes did you face, not just from men, but also from women? And how did they shape your understanding of the word strength?
Yeah, I think rugby is it's a growing sport, which is amazing. I'm biased, but I want all women to know rugby and play rugby. There's a lot of momentum behind women's sports right now. Women's rugby, we had the Rugby World Cup this past year. And I play for the German national team. We're not at the World Cup level yet, but hopefully in a few years we can continue working towards World Cup as well as Olympics. It's an Olympic sport. So that's my dream, is to become an Olympian someday. So I'm doing all that I can on the field, but also off of the field to help Germany to try and get to the Olympics. There are a lot of stereotypes when it comes to female rugby players, especially. And I think over this last year, there are so many more female rugby players speaking about this exact topic and kind of breaking those myths and just bringing more awareness to it. So I'm just trying to play my part and also add to that as well. I think there's a classic stereotype that if you're a female who plays rugby, you're like there are many rugby players are gay. I'm not, but there is this kind of image that, if you play rugby, you're a lesbian, which that's not true, because there are plenty of straight people who also play rugby.
And say hi to your boyfriend.
Hi. Yes, he'll probably watch this podcast.
I hope so.
And I think another stereotype about female rugby players is that all of us are one type of body. Like there are so many different body types within a rugby team. And I think that's what makes rugby so special, is that you have bigger girls, taller girls, and there's smaller, faster girls. Like there's a position for everyone. And that's why rugby is one of the best sports for young girls to play, because if you join a rugby team, they are so open and welcome to you trying it out, getting outside of your comfort zone, whatever your body is good at, like whatever your superpower is. If you're really strong, then you can probably tackle really hard. If you're really fast, then you can run away from all of those people who want to tackle you. I think that's the beauty of rugby. I can't really think of another stereotype, but those are kind of the biggest ones.
Did you ever have pressure from your family or friends or outside the rugby community to like overprove yourself?
Oh yeah, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself. Okay. Like I don't actually get much pressure from my family, or I don't really feel that much pressure coming from my friends either. I would say the person that puts the most pressure on me is myself. And when I write down, like when I journal or when I think about, the things that I've achieved looking back at this year, 2025, since it's almost the end of the year, one of my biggest work-ons is learning how to celebrate the things that I've done and just like pat myself on the back.
Yes, we need that.
It's a very athlete mentality as well. I think you're constantly trying to get better. Yes. Like if you make a team, you want to make sure that you're not on the bench of that team. You want to be on the field playing. If you're on the field, then you're already thinking about how many minutes am I going to play? Like how well am I playing? So you're constantly setting goals for yourself and trying to achieve them. And then a lot of athletes, I guess, face this where you achieve that goal and you don't even celebrate that goal because you're already thinking about the next one.
Yes.
You move the goalposts and then you're already chasing the next thing.
Yes.
So I would say, yeah, like the pressure to achieve, the pressure to be successful on the field and off the field. It's great to have ambition and these dreams that you want to go after. But I think the reminder to myself is just like sometimes just chill and enjoy life.
I think that comes with all aspects. Strength culture can still feel intimidating. How do you and Gemma make GLG inclusive for beginners, older women, and those who don't identify as gym people or athletes?
Yeah. So Girls of Girls, my co-founder Gemma and I started Girls of Girls in May of 2024, honestly, because we wanted to create a space for women to come together and celebrate what our bodies can do. Like I've been saying it this whole podcast, but it's about shifting that mentality towards celebrating what your body can do. And we wanted to have those spaces to talk about that, like exactly the vulnerable conversations that we just had around insecurities and what we struggle with. We want more women. It's still a taboo topic to just go up to someone and be like, hey, what are you insecure about? So I think we wanted to create, firstly, the mission is to bring women together to have those vulnerable conversations. And it's always more fun when it's paired with a bit of movement. And I think fitness and sport in Dubai is especially growing a lot. So how do we make sure people feel included to come to our events? We really want to make sure that our events are not just for like elite athletes. At the same time, we also don't want our events to only be, we're not a gym. We're not trying to coach women to do a power clean. Like we're not trying to teach women how to do things all the time. We want to bring women together who are, if you imagine like a spectrum of, you have women who are elite CrossFitters and then women who don't not even so go much. Like running or don't do yoga or don't do Pilates. And maybe in the middle with like high rocks and stuff, you have more women doing functional fitness, but it's the spectrum of women. And Girls of Girls is for the whole spectrum because we want our events to have the elite athletes and CrossFitters there, but we also want to cater to the beginners and we want to put them together in a partner workout, a team workout, so that they can inspire each other, so that they can learn from each other.
It's a very good circle also to meet new people. Since Gemma is not here, how do you manage the community by yourself? And how do you and Gemma build some community that is very important nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we both started this, we didn't realize how long we would be doing it for or how well it was going to go. We just kind of had this idea of let's make a WhatsApp group and just start adding people to it and let's do dinners and events. And it just kind of kept going from there. You trial and error, experiment. Gemma and I have had to learn how to work with each other because we were friends and suddenly now we're co-founders.
Do you have conflict sometimes when you're doing events? Not really conflict, but like your ideas and her ideas.
Yeah, I mean, of course. you definitely, I think when you're trying to build a community together and you're trying to do a lot of things in general, like we need to stay organized, we need to make sure to do this and this and this. We constantly, and not just Gemma, we have more of a team because we also have Girls of Girls in Hong Kong and we also have Girls of Girls in Australia. So we have like a wider team of people.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
So
was it first Dubai?
Yeah, first one is Dubai.
Then and the
second one I think was Australia in Sydney. Then Hong Kong grew really quickly and they've been very consistent.
Wow.
And the people behind Girls of Girls are all our friends. Like women who believe in the same mission.
Yes.
And I mean, at the moment, it's a very like startup vibe. We don't have money. Like we're just trying to bring women together who have the same mentality, same kind of, it's a very purpose-driven community. So Everyone working on it is very collaborative, and we just all want to, it's literally in the name, Girls Lift Girls. We want to lift each other up and make each other successful. So
You mentioned about money, and in Dubai, there are loads of communities that says something but do otherwise. As Girls Lift Girls grows, how do you protect this mission? Or how do you protect the image and the mission rather than monetization itself?
yeah, I think that's something that as a founder, I've been wrestling with a lot over the last year, because when you start something as a passion project, and I still have trouble calling Girls of Girls or the dot collection my business or my brand. Like most of the time, I'll just say my project, because I didn't start those things to make money from them, but it is, you're in this cycle of my time is limited. I'm trying to play rugby. I'm working a full-time job as well. And if I want to do the dot collection and Girls of Girls, I need them to make money in order for me to have the freedom to continue doing them. And I think that's the juggle as a founder of both. You have to keep that purpose driven and why in your mind all the time as you're trying to monetize it. And so I think there are a couple of non-negotiables, but for me, I like to go with my gut feeling a lot. If something feels like, oh, I don't know, we're trying to charge members in this way or something, and it feels wrong or it feels icky, then I don't do it. Because at the end of the day, I need to remember why I started it in the first place. And if it deviates too far from that, then I feel like I don't want to be another brand trying to, make easy money off of people. That's not why we did this in the first place. Because if it was, I probably wouldn't have done this as a way to make money. Like there are so many other ways to make money, but I'm doing this because I care. So I think I speak for myself and Gemma when it comes to Girls of Girls. We do this because we care about the mission behind it, to normalize strength, sport, movement, bring women together, let them connect with each other. We have a core set of like values behind Girls of Girls. So we just go back to those values whenever we make any big decisions.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Let's cut that stigma. That collection, we're here. When did you start it?
Dot collection, I don't know why I decided to start two projects at the same time. Girls of Girls and dot collection.
Is it also in 2024?
Yeah, 2024. I would say Girls of Girls came first in May, and dot collection, I got the first t-shirt samples in October last year. So it's been over a year for both now.
Congratulations.
It's been a crazy journey, especially doing two projects plus rugby plus my job. But there's no way I wouldn't take anything away. Like there's only, going into 2026, I think my goal is I need to stop doing everything myself. I need to build more of a team and delegate to people. And
it's hard.
It's hard because it's your baby and you're a perfectionist about it.
I experienced that with Segara, but let's not talk about it. I know it's hard.
It's hard.
And congratulations on doing the Da collection. The Chinese translation of Da means big.
Yeah.
How do you define big?
Big, I think when I first made this, it's a t-shirt. Right now it's a t-shirt with the character Da on it. And I think now we have about like 1,000 people with this t-shirt around the world. A lot of them are from my rugby community and just, family, friends who want to support you. But also when strangers, like people you don't know, start hearing about your brand and buying it, you're like, oh, wow, okay, we've really reached this stage.
This stage.
Big originally for me was all about, the physical. I wanted to take a trigger word for me when I was growing up and flip the narrative and put it front and center on my chest.
I just goosebumps.
I just wanted to make a t-shirt for myself. Like I wanted to make, how do I combine something Chinese with something gym and sport related? It was actually meant to be a sports bra. I haven't done the sports bra yet, but I
want
have
to
the
see that
designs.
collection.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
meant to be a sports bra, but I thought to myself when I started doing the sports bra, I've never done this before. Sports bras are way too hard.
Yes.
Let me learn first, because I think the most important thing when you're a young female wanting to be, go into entrepreneurship is invest in your own knowledge capital, because if you can learn how to do things, you can delegate them to a team later on. But like, I just want to learn. Like, I want to be a sponge. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Should
so
be the foundation.
started with the t-shirt. That story was all around my physical body story. And it was, the origin story is mine.
Yes.
Put it on a t-shirt. Suddenly many women, many female athletes also want to wear this t-shirt.
Yes.
That's when I realized that it's not just about me, it's about everyone else's stories. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think I have some ideas for next year on how to design other people's stories into the Da collection, because I want it to be more than just myself. And that's when the meaning of it started changing as well, because big doesn't just mean taking up space physically. Big means having big dreams, big ambitions. It means going after what you want and shooting your shot. It means, in a business setting for women, it means having a big voice, like being confident in yourself. And I think for a lot of women, we're told not just to be small physically, but also women are told, do not be arrogant or do not be too confident. Don't be a narcissist. Like, those are things that when I was younger, I ran away from, thinking that I don't even want to be confident. I would rather be super humble and doubt myself all the time.
That's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work. And so I think women need to be reminded that have that big voice, go after what you want and be confident in yourself, because it's not bad. Like, do not pretend to be this humble person who doubts yourself all the time, because we don't want that. Like, we want strong women, strong both physically but also mentally resilient. Yes. So it's so much more than just big muscles now. Like, there's so many layers to it.
It means so much to me of what you said. That's why I'm here with your community as well. Say something to the woman out there who's still feeling stuck with their body, or Dr. Daniel Amen would say, automatic negative thoughts to themselves. Like, just do it. Please.
I would say to all the women and young girls, because it's really important that we start these conversations to young girls at, whatever age 12. If you are feeling insecure about the way that you look, or if you have friends around you that are telling you or critiquing their own bodies in some way, go to someone and talk to them about it. Because at the end of the day, we feel better when we are vulnerable and we're honest with ourselves, but also with other people. So share that story with them. And I promise you that after having that interaction with one of your family members or one of your friends, you will come out of it feeling better, because they will say something to you that you're not saying to yourself. You're your own biggest critic. And if there isn't someone around you, then I'm the one telling you right now. We're telling you right now that you deserve to be confident in yourself, because you have a body that is a vessel to do amazing things in your life. Whether it's playing a sport or whether it's going for a walk on the beach to watch the sunrise, if you have a body, be proud of it and appreciate it for all of the little things that it does for you. You're amazing.
Sofie, thank you for this conversation. Your work reminds us that strength isn't about fitting into a new mold. It's about having the freedom to choose who you are without shrinking. Whether through sport, community, or culture, you're helping redefine what it means to take up space, and that's a conversation worth continuing.
Thank you.
Thank you.